Good day to our thesis panelists. I am Diana Kaitum and I would like to greet you all a pleasant day. Today, we'll presenting to you our study entitled Bluetooth Hand Gesture Sensor as PowerPoint Presentation Pointer, a special research presented to the faculty of the Formal Education Department, Valenzuela City Polytechnic College, in partial fulfillment of the requirement for the degree of Bachelor of Technical Teacher Education major in Electronics Technology, together with my group mates, Agravante Jonathan, Cinco Jericho, Cuevas Regina, Fuentes Jerome, Mateo Janel, and also Pevida Rhea Ann. Now, let's move on to Chapter 1, the problem and background. As of date, wireless connection became in demand worldwide due to its ability to control several devices that the users have in hand. In consideration with most of the high-tech gadgets being developed over the past few years, innovative sensors paved its way to be acknowledged in the market industry and has fortunately succeeded because of its efficiency and uncomplicated setup. Unlike the usual electronic devices, which can be maneuvered through switch, remote, mouse, joystick, or keyboard, gesture control technology simply recognizes, interprets, and converts human body language it into sets of commands allowing the user to interact with the computer system. This builds a richer bridge between the computers and the human individuals, in contrast to primitive user interface that requires handheld controllers as it is applied from research experiments and prototypes to everyday commercial products. This resulted to a rapid technology development along with the advancement of the user's quality of life on a daily basis. Historically, research on gesture control technology is dated back to as early as the 1980s. The primary step was to use voice control and special hand gloves to interact with objects on an outsized screen. In the 1990s, research concerning this technology, including the camera-based web interface by International Business Machine or IBM, was focused on how it can be used to assist disabled people in controlling home appliances by employing a wearable pendant. In 2004, Visual Touchpad was first introduced, a low-cost vision-based device that permits fluid two-handed interaction with desktop, laptops, public kiosks, or large wall displays. In 2006, the gesture visualization method began to check the implementation of the accelerometer data and also the animation of hands motion performance during gesture control. Furthermore, a prototype of a hands-free intelligent wheelchair system is introduced in 2007 where users can control the wheelchair using the hand gestures combined with laptop and webcam. User-defined gestures for surface computing were developed in 2009, resulting in a user-defined gesture set. The implications of surface technology and taxonomy of surface gestures, along with the above-mentioned progress. In 2011, research on mobile touchscreen gesture designs is published, resulting in an industrial design perspective on pointing devices as an input channel. Various commercial gesture control systems, such as Nintendo, recently used motion-sensitive remote for its game console. Sony PlayStation I used motion and color detection through digital camera. Microsoft Kinect uses Xbox console and Windows PC with a motion sensing device that uses webcam to control and interact with their console or computer. Leap Motion for Windows that is a computer hardware sensor which is used to camera to detect the hand and finger movement. And lastly, the, the MYU wristband composed of gyroscope, accelerometer, and magnetometer for any device with Bluetooth connectivity. Using these sets of information as basis led the researchers to use APDS 9960 gesture sensor, which was found to be one of the best sensors available on the market considering its ease of usage and programmability at a reasonable price point. We'll move on to recommendations. Dimensions of the device must be decreased to enhance its compactness. Include a screen that shows the following. First, the battery life, connected device, indicators for next, previews, and minimize or maximize. And fourth is the time. Continuously upgrade the Bluetooth to the latest version to cater a wider range of device connectivity. Boost the controller's capability to connect with other devices such as smart TVs. For future researchers, it is highly encouraged to alter the materials used in this device depending on the latest components available. The statement of the problem. The main purpose of this study is to assess the efficiency, functionality, build quality, and portability Bluetooth hand gesture sensor as PowerPoint presentation pointer. As a controller device, specifically, this study will seek to find answers to the following questions. First, what is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of the following? Gender, age, what is the acceptance or acceptability of the Bluetooth hand gesture sensor as PowerPoint presentation pointer as perceived by the respondents? Is there a significant difference in the level of acceptance or acceptability of the device as aid in the conduct of the PowerPoint presentations as perceived by the target respondents?
Now, let's proceed to the summary, findings, conclusions, and recommendations. This study, which dealt with the analysis of Bluetooth hand gesture sensor as PowerPoint presentation pointer, was conducted to teachers of electronics technology. More specifically, this study sought answer to the following specific problems. First, how may the motion controller be described in terms of its build quality? Second, the level of effectiveness of the functions offered by motion controller using gesture sensor and Bluetooth as aid in conducting using PowerPoint presentation. Third, significant difference in the level of efficiency and portability of the device as aid in the conduct of the PowerPoint presentations perceived by the target respondents. The descriptive method of research employing a questionnaire and documentary analysis was used in conducting this study. 70 respondents were chosen purposely to participate in this study. The survey data from this questionnaire and documents were consolidated, organized, and presented in various tables. The data were analyzed and interpreted by using the weighted mean and the chi-square test for independence for significance difference. The findings for this study are presented in the preceding statements. Findings. Based on the analysis and interpretation of data, the following findings are presented. First, description of the wearable gesture controller with Bluetooth design. Wearable gesture controller with Bluetooth was designed to determine the effectiveness of the wearable gesture controller with Bluetooth that help the teacher and student who frequently use PowerPoint and projector as their visual aids in teaching and reporting. The Bluetooth hand gesture sensor connectivity transmits a signal with corresponding commands based on the user's hand movement, allowing them to effortlessly control their presentations. This device could perform signal transmission up to 5 meters away, hence permits the user to walk around freely while reporting. Bluetooth hand gesture sensor as PowerPoint pointer was purposely designed to be very effective in the classroom to provide better discussion in conducting PowerPoint presentations. Instruction. Assemble. The level of effectiveness of the Bluetooth hand gesture sensor as PowerPoint pointer in terms of the level of effectiveness of the Bluetooth hand gesture sensor is easily paired to laptop and computer. The effectiveness was found to be very effective as indicated by the weighted mean of 4.05 described to be very effective. Difference between the level of effectiveness of the Bluetooth hand gesture sensor based on the computed chi-square of 12.72536 when compared with the tabular value of 9.488 at 5% level of significance for 4DF. The null hypothesis, which states that there is no significant difference between the level of effect as perceived by the respondents. Implications of the findings to the difference in the perceptions of the target respondents between the level of efficiency and portability of the device perceived by the target respondents was found to be significant as indicated by the computer chi-square of value of 12.72536.
We'll move on to recommendations. Dimensions of the device must be decreased to enhance its compactness. Include a screen that shows the following. First, the battery life, connected device, indicators for next, previous, and minimize or maximize. And fourth is the time. Continuously upgrade the Bluetooth to the latest version to cater a wider range of device connectivity. Boost the controller's capability to connect with other devices such as smart TVs. For future researchers, it is highly encouraged to alter the materials used in this device depending on the latest components available. The statement of the problem. The main purpose of this study is to assess the efficiency, functionality, build quality, and portability Bluetooth hand gesture sensor as PowerPoint presentation pointer. As a controller device, specifically, this study will seek to find answers to the following questions. First, what is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of the following? Gender, age, what is the acceptance or acceptability of the Bluetooth hand gesture sensor as PowerPoint presentation pointer as perceived by the respondents? Is there a significant difference in the level of acceptance or acceptability of the device as aid in the conduct of the PowerPoint presentations as perceived by the target respondents? Okay.